Good morning from the Schonbrunn Palace.
Hi, babe.
By the way, it's Blessie's palace. Now visiting Schonbrunn Palace, and they're not allowing to take photos or videos inside. So make sure when you come here, there's actually two types of tickets you can get. It's either the Imperial Tour or the Grand Palace Tour. So make sure to get the Grand Palace Tour. The Imperial Tour only allows you a certain portion of the palace versus the Grand Tour, which allows you to get a view of the whole palace. So make sure to use the Grand Palace tickets then. So I'll meet you later when we come outside. And that was a quick tour. So it only took us an hour to see all of this here behind me. And so the audio guide actually has ear jacks on the side, so you can use them so that you can use your headphones. Otherwise it'll be a little bit weird, you know, bending your head like this listening to the audio guide for an hour. By the way, they allow you to bring your camera inside. So I thought there was supposed to be a locker or something where you can leave your camera, but apparently they let you bring your camera inside and they just trust you not to film or take pictures. Inside is just so grand. You have to come here to see it for yourself. There were a lot of gold details. There were some really nice quality wood. There were some porcelain. It was just so amazing. So take your time to come here. It's just a quick tour, an hour of your time. And it's not so far from the city too. It's at least 20 to maybe 30 minutes public transportation ride. So make sure to visit the Schonbrunn Palace when you're here in Vienna. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it started snowing. It started snowing! I don't think you can see it in the video because it's just like little small flurries, but it's snowing. So, the Belvedere Palace actually has been converted to a museum. So now they have some artworks where they show people. The exhibition that we're going to is actually by Gustav Klimt, and it's Blessie's most favorite artist. Behind the palace, you can actually see this. Whoa. Now that's a big garden. At the end of the garden is the lower palace. So in order to visit this place, it's divided into two places, the upper palace and the lower palace. So that right there, that's the lower palace. Gustav Klimt's installation is located in the upper palace, so that's where we're going. So you're not allowed to bring a selfie stick or a tripod inside the museum. So you can leave them by the locker downstairs, or you can leave it together with your coat inside the it's the closet. It's the cloakroom. They call it the cloakroom. You can get an audio guide for €4, and if you did what we're doing, which is we bought an earphone, we can both share in one audio guide. How cool is that? So make sure to always bring some earphones. It'll come in handy. Saving travel tip while here in Europe is to eat inside a supermarket. So we're now in Villa, so we bought a lot of food. Now the chicken is only €250. 2 pieces of meatloaf, €2.1. We have some juices, some water, a piece of bread, everything for €9, under €10. Actually, it was €9.14 for 2 people, but then I checked the receipt again. Guess what? The orange juice alone was $2.49. So if you take away the orange juice and you get 2 bottles of water anyways, it'll set you back around €7 for 2 people. Now that's a travel saving tip for you. Now you might be thinking, how was the food? The food quality was good. The chicken tasted great. The meatloaf, oh my gosh, the cheese meatloaf, it was soft, it was moist, it was very tasty. next stop is actually the State Hall. We're looking for the Austrian National Library, which is completely wrong. It's actually near the area. The place that we're going to is not the Austrian National Library. It's called the State Hall, near the Austrian National Library. So, if you know that distinction, this place would be easier to find. We got lost like a couple minutes just trying to find this place, but now that we found it, let's go in. One of the world's oldest libraries. Look. Oh my gosh, it's like being inside a movie. This is the largest library in Austria. It holds 7.4 million items here. Plus, the books are really old. Imagine what stories they can tell. I'm whispering because you can't be too loud inside a library, right? This library owns 2 of the oldest Bible in the world. Whoa. So after visiting the Austrian National Library, we were supposed to go to the Spanish stables and the opera. However, we spent too much time inside the library because it was so nice. That the opera and the Spanish horse stable was just closed by the time we finished. So we're here at a pub right now, just going to enjoy some dinner, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet, I hope you consider subscribing. As always, see you next time.